Hello everyone, my name is Jess and welcome to my channel. Okay guys, happy new year and welcome back to my channel. So happy and excited to have you here today. This is the first video of this year 2022 and I'm just so excited to share these ideas with you. I'm going to start with DIYs for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be decorating my house super simple this year, but I'm so excited just to add some really cute touches here and there. So I want to share with you 10 ideas that I made last year that for sure I'm going to be using to decorate my house this year. I put all of them together in one video for you guys so you can enjoy and get more inspiration to decorate your home or just to make some DIYs for Valentine's. So I really hope that you like and enjoy this video. I'm going to be using Dollar Tree items, things that I have in my home. You can recycle some other ones, get things from the Target dollar spot. They have really cute stuff over there too. So these ideas is just for you to take some inspiration and be creative. So I hope that you like it, and if you do, give me that big thumbs up. It really helps to support this channel. Let me know in the comments which of these 10 ideas is one of your favorites, and make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. And something that's really important is that you hit the bell to get notified every single time that I'm going to be uploading new videos this year. I'm so excited for that. So yeah, let's get started.
For this project, I'm going to be using one of these bamboo wreaths from Dollar Tree. This is a smaller one. You can get the large one if you want. And another thing I'm going to be using is some kind of greenery. These ones are from Walmart. I have them from last year. But you can use any kind of greenery or flowers that you like and you have, maybe from Dollar Tree or any other store. And you just have to cut the wire piece that they have and then stuck them inside of the wreath. You don't need any kind of glue because this bamboo wreath is perfect to hold the branches from the greenery or the flowers that you are using. Once you put all the greenery in the wreath, you can add flowers if you want. I decided to add these ones just to add like a pop-up color, and this wreath is going to look like perfect for spring, and I really like that, but you can put any other color if you want. Now I think the wreath needs something else, so I decided to use these love sign that I get from the Target dollar spot for $3. You can use the ones from Dollar Tree. It's just this wreath is too small for those, but if you use the wreath that is a little bit larger, of course you can use the signs from a Dollar Tree. So yeah, I get this one from the Target dollar spot and I decide to change the color, and for that I'm going to be using like a very soft pink that I made mixing some pink paint with a plaster color, and I'm just going to paint the top part of this sign and then I'm going to let it dry. Now that the sign is dry, I'm going to be attaching the sign to the wreath, and for that I'm going to be using just some small pieces of jute and I'm going to make a knot on the back side. Of course you can add glue if you want, but this is a very easy DIY wreath that I want to do, and it's going to be easier if you want to change anything later because it doesn't have any glue on it. Once I was done, this is how my wreath turned out, and I really like it. It's a perfect size and you can hang it from a door and it's going to look amazing for Valentine's and all spring season. It turned out super cute and budget friendly because I was using things that I have from last year and things from Dollar Tree. Okay, for this project, I'm going to be using this sign from Dollar Tree that has like a tag shape, and what I'm going to be doing is to remove the tag that has on the top, and then I'm going to be painting my sign with my Waverly chalk paint in white color, but I'm actually going to give it just one thin coat of paint to make it look like a little bit distressed, and at the same time my sign is going to have more dimension. Then what I'm going to be doing is to create like a shiplap look, and for that I'm going to be using my roller and a black marker, and I'm going to be creating straight lines with my roller all over my sign. I decide to draw my lines with the width of my roller. You can do the same, or you can do it with any width that you want, maybe 2 inches apart. I think mine's are about 1.5 inches between each one. Okay, now at the top I think this sign needs something. So I'm going to be using these rings that I get on clearance on Walmart a long time ago, and I'm going to be gluing those on the top and cover that small hole that my sign has. And then I'm going to be using this nautical rope from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut a small piece, I'm going to make a knot, and I'm going to glue it on the top, and then the rope on the back, just to have like a small hoop to be able to hang my sign. Okay, now for the bottom of the sign, I decide to use this small jar sign that I get also from Dollar Tree. This sign is from Christmas, but I'm pretty sure you can find something similar. So what I'm going to be doing now is to remove the jute twine on the top and also all the stickers to be able to paint my sign. You can paint your jar sign any color you want. I decide to use these Waverly chalk paint in like a ballet slipper color. I think that's the name of these color paint, and I'm going to be painting all my sign. I'm going to give it 2 coats and then let it dry. If you want, you can sand all the edges once the sign is dry, just to give it more dimension. For the top of the jar, I decide to use this burlap ribbon that I get from Dollar Tree. I cut a small piece and I glue it on the back side, and that way I'm going to make sure like that my lid is going to pop out a little bit more, and then you can also add jute twine. Okay, now that my jar sign looks like this, maybe you can add a decal if you want, but if you don't have a Cricut or you don't have sticker, it's okay, you can leave it like that. And I'm going to be sticking my jar sign on my big sign with hot glue on the bottom part, and then you can add whatever you want on the top of the jar. So I decide to put a few stems of this greenery that I get from Walmart, and I really like it, and only cost 99 cents. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to stick it on the top of this jar with hot glue, and I'm gonna try to like hide that burlap ribbon with this greenery. Once I was done with that, I stick this small heart that I get from Dollar Tree. I stick it on my jar, and then yeah, that's all. This is how my project looks like, and I'm pretty happy how it ended up looking, with a high-end look and super cute, perfect for Valentine's and this spring season that is coming. The next project, I'm going to be using these heart containers that I get from Dollar Tree. You can use these to add some candies inside and a cute ribbon with a Valentine's Day card. But I have an idea to make something really cool, and first I'm going to be adding some hot glue to make sure that my hearts are going to stay together. I did the same with all the hearts, and just making sure not have a mess of glue. Once I have all the hearts stick together, I'm going to be putting these in like a piece of wire to be able to hang them and paint them. And for the paint, I'm going to be using this spray paint in Matte River Rock color. I really love this color, and I just spray paint all of them and let them dry. Once they are dry, this is how they look, and like I said, I really love the color. It turned out beautiful. And what I'm going to be doing is to add a small piece of twine on the top where they have the small hole, and basically I'm going to like make a knot on each one of the hearts. Once all of the hearts have a piece of twine, I'm going to be using these beads garland that I made. You can get these beads from so many stores or Amazon. I'm going to leave you a link of the ones that I always get and are on a good price. So what I'm going to be doing now is to basically put my hearts attached to the beads garland. I'm going to be using only 3 hearts because the garland that I'm doing is pretty small, and I'm going to attach them to my beads garland, leaving the same separation space between each one. Once I was done, I decided that the ends of the garland need something else. So I'm going to be using the same twine from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be making 2 tassels to be able to attach them to each end of my garland. Once I did my 2 tassels, like I said, I'm going to be attaching them to each end of the garland. This is going to add a really nice touch to the garland that I'm making, and it is pretty simple and I really like it. I have an idea to make tassels and add them on the bottom of each of the hearts, but because my garland is too small, I was thinking that maybe that can be too much, so I decided to put just 1 on each end, and this is how my project turned out. I hang my garland to a shelf that I have, and the other 2 beads garland that you see, I already have them. So this is how the project looked, and it was super simple to make, and I love how it turned out. For this next project, I'm going to be using these wooden hearts that I get from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using 1 package that brings 8 and another one of these ones that have a different design because I need a total of 9 hearts. And these hearts have a hole on the top, but I need them to have 2 holes. So I'm going to be using my drill, and I'm going to be making a small hole on the bottom of each one of the hearts. And then I'm going to be sanding that part to make sure that it looks nice and smooth. And I did the same with the 9 hearts that I have. Once all the hearts has 2 small holes, I'm going to be painting them. And first I'm going to be painting 2 of the hearts with this Ruggable wax in clear color. This is just going to protect my wood, and it's going to make that the natural wood color pop out a little bit more. Then for the next 2 hearts, I'm going to be using my Ruggable wax in antique color, and I'm going to be painting these 2 and let them dry. For the next 2 hearts, I'm going to be using my Ruggable chalk paint in mineral color. I really love this color. So what I did was to just paint 2 of the hearts, and then if you want, you can add a little bit of wax, and that is going to add dimension to my hearts. For the other hearts, I'm going to be using my special walnut stain. I paint them outside, and this is how they look. And for the last heart that has all the designs, I'm going to be using a pink color that is going to pop out from the other wooden tones. just to make your life a little bit easier, you can use these type of heat tools. Works amazing to dry your paint so much faster. So I'm going to leave you the link of the one that I'm using in the description box. Okay, now I'm going to be using more twine, and I cut 3 long pieces, and I'm going to be basically putting the hearts into the piece of twine, and I made 3 sets of 3 hearts each one. So now I need to have a wooden frame for this project, and I'm going to be using this wooden stick. I have it at home, but it's from Home Depot, super inexpensive, and I'm going to be cutting 4 pieces with a 45-degree angles, and each of the pieces are 20 inches long. Once I cut all my sticks, I'm going to be sanding them just to make them smoother. Now I'm going to be painting them, and I really like to use my special walnut stain, so that's what I did. I used that color and I stained each one of the sticks, and then I let them dry. Once they're dry, I'm going to be gluing them together. I form my frame, and then to glue them, I'm going to be using wooden glue, and I add glue on each side, and I glue them together. And just to reinforce these, I'm going to be using my stapler, and I add some staples on each side. Once you put the staples, you need to add some weight on top of this frame and let it dry for a couple hours. And once it dries, this is how it's going to be looking. Now I'm going to be marking the center of my frame to be able to put the piece of twine with the hearts, and make sure that the first one is in the center and the rest of the pieces has the same separation space between each one. To glue them, you can use hot glue, but you need to make sure that they're going to stay strong. So first I make like a small knot on each end of the twine, then you can add the hot glue or the staples, and that way they are going to stay strong. Now that I put all the pieces of twine with the hearts, I'm going to accommodate the hearts how I want them to be and in the same level to make sure that they are going to look nice. And then I'm going to add hot glue on the back side of each heart just to make sure that they are not going anywhere. And the final touch is going to be add a tooth hanger on the back side to be able to hang our frame. Once I was done, this is how my project turned out, and I really like it. I love how it looks. It has a high-end look, and it was using just these wooden hearts from Dollar Tree, and you can make a frame if you want. You can use an older frame that you have already at home or one that you can get from Dollar Tree. It is a super easy DIY that you can do at home. Project, I found these wooden hearts from Dollar Tree, and I really like them, and I think they're perfect to make some coasters for Valentine's. So I decided to remove all the tags and the tapes, and the first piece I'm going to paint it using this rubbery wax. Is clear, but this is going to help protect the wood, and it also is going to add color to the wood. For the next heart, I'm going to be using my stain in special walnut color. I'm going to paint it and then let it dry. once the wooden hearts have color, I decided to use my Cricut and made some decals. One that says love in a pink vinyl, and I stick it in the center of the heart, and the other one is going to have XOXO in white vinyl color. I'm going to stick them both on the center of the heart, and this is going to add a nice touch to the coasters for Valentine's. But remember, if you don't have a Cricut, it's okay. You can use paint or markers, or you can use any other sticker that you have at home and make your coasters perfect for Valentine's. They look super cute together, and it is a very easy and budget-friendly DIY that you can make at home. For this next project, I'm going to be using this sign from Dollar Tree, and I love the shape of this sign and the thickness. So I'm going to be using these, and I'm going to be removing like that paper piece that has on the top and that has all the glitter, because I don't want to have glitter on my work area. So I'm going to be removing that, and then I'm going to sand everything, and I'm going to be sanding also on one of the sides just to make sure that I have the perfect heart shape. Now you can paint your sign the color you want, maybe red, white. If you're looking for something a little bit more neutral, I decided to use the swirly chalk paint in the Ballet Slipper color, and I'm going to paint my sign with 2 coats of paint and then let it dry. Once it is dry, I always like to use my sanding sponge and sand all the edges of the signs just to give it more dimension to my piece. I want to make like a small cupcake stand, so I'm going to be using this wooden candle holder that I get from Amazon. It comes in a set of 4 for a very good price, so I'm going to be using one. I'm going to be staining these with my special walnut color, and then I'm going to let it dry, and then I just have to stick it on the back side with hot glue, and that's all. This is how my project looks like. If you want, you can use any other candle holder from Dollar Tree, but if you like this wooden one, you can get it from Amazon, and the link is going to be in the description box. This is a super easy DIY that you can do. It looks amazing, and it's perfect for Valentine's. Project, I'm going to be using these canvas, and I get them from Five Below for only $5. They come 2 in a package, and they are 11 by 14 inches, and they are from a super high quality, so I highly recommend these ones to make so many DIYs. And most of the signs that I made are using canvases. Then the first thing that I did was to remove the staples on the back side to be able to have that wooden frame from the canvas. Guys, of course that you can use the canvas from Dollar Tree, but I didn't find anyone, and they are a little bit smaller than this one. So yeah, you can use the ones from Dollar Tree, or you can get these ones from Five Below. Once that I have that wooden frame, I'm going to be adding color. I really like to use this stain in special walnut color, so I'm going to be painting this outside, let it dry, and this is how it's going to be looking once it is all dry. And from there, I need a background for this sign, and I'm going to be using the same canvas fabric, and I'm just going to cut all the folded edges, and then I'm going to stick this canvas fabric on my wooden frame. And for that, you can use use maybe hot glue, but I highly recommend using staples. I think it's going to stay stronger attached. And just in case, this stapler is from Amazon, and I'm going to leave you the link in the description box. Once you have the frame attached to the canvas, this is how it's going to be looking. And now you can use your Cricut. I decided to make this decal that says B, but I think this is super easy and you can draw it yourself using markers or any paint. And what I did was to stick it in the center of my sign. The letter E is a little bit smaller because I leave a space on the bottom part because I'm going to be adding these heart from Dollar Tree. This heart has glitter on one side, so I'm going to just remove like that piece of paper. And yeah, I'm going to be painting my heart using the same pink color that I use in the other DIY, and I'm going to paint my heart and then let it dry. I give it 2 coats of paint just to make sure that it covers well, and then I'm going to be sticking these decal that I made in black vinyl, and I'm going to stick it in the center of my heart, and it says mine. And once I stick it, I'm going to be removing the transfer tape. This heart is going to be perfect to add to my sign because I'm going to be sticking that heart on one side of the sign, and it's going to like complete the look. It's going to says be mine, and I really like it. I really like the pop of pink on this project, and I love how it turned out, and it was super budget friendly. And I really hope that you like these DIYs and this video and these ideas, and that helps you and inspires you to be creative. Some really cute Valentine's Day decor that you can make on a budget. For this project, I'm going to be using these heart grapevines that are new in Dollar Tree, and I really love them. So many people are doing garlands with these hearts and they turn out great. I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be making a wreath, and I'm going to need about 2 packages and a half. I need a total of 12 hearts, and I'm going to be putting 6, making like a circle, and then I'm going to be putting the other ones in opposite directions in between each one of the hearts that I already put, and I'm going to accommodate them to make sure that I like how they look. Once I like how they look, I'm going to be sticking them together, and for that I use hot glue, and I add some small dots of glue between the hearts. But I highly recommend, guys, to use maybe hot glue, but combine it with another glue like E6000 glue that is a little bit more stronger to make sure that your wreath is going to stay together. Once I was done, this is how my wreath look, and I'm in love how it looks already. You can add color or flowers in your wreath if you want. I decided to keep it simple and just add a ribbon that I get from Dollar Tree. I cut a small piece and I glued it to be able to hang my wreath from a door, from a window, or from my wall. Once I was done, this is how my wreath looks, and I really like it. It was super simple to do and budget friendly. I only used like 2.5 packages from these Grapevine hearts, and I really like it. It turned out amazing. With the next project, I'm going to be using this wooden heart that I get from Dollar Tree, and I really like it. This is new one from this year. And first what I did was to remove the wood piece that have on the holes, and then I'm going to start painting the wood. First I'm going to paint one side with this swirly wax in antique color. I'm going to paint it very carefully, just that piece of the heart. Then I'm going to paint another plaque in this Waverly plaster color. It is like a white color, something like that, or cream, but I'm going to paint it and then let it dry. What I have planned for this sign is to paint each one of the plaques in a different colors. I'm going to be using very neutral tones, but you can use any color that you like. The other piece of the heart is going to be painted in the elephant color. It's like a very gray color, and from there I decide to add a little bit of this color into the white one, just to add like a distressed look to it. Once all of these three colors are dry, I'm going to be using my sanding sponge, and I'm going to be sanding only the edges of the heart to add a little dimension on each one of the pieces of the heart. For the other part of the heart that needs some color, I decided to make something a little bit different and add some texture. And I have this scrapbook paper at home. It is from Hobby Lobby, and I decided to mark and then cut the piece that I need and then stick that piece of paper with hot glue. You can add any color or any scrapbook paper design or any other texture if you want, just to make these project a little bit more interesting. For the final touch, I'm going to be putting back the piece of wood to be able to hang this sign. But first, I'm going to be adding some of these wooden beads that I have at home into the piece of wood, and it's going to look super cute. Once you put the wood back on the sign, you can get wooden beads from so many stores, and these ones that I have are from Amazon, and I really like them. If I find the link, I'm going to leave it in the description box of where you can get them. I add some hot glue on the back side of the sign just to secure the piece of wood and the beads. And yeah, this is how my project turned out. I really like it. It's super easy to do, and I really like all the textures from the beads and the scrapbook paper and all the colors it has. For the next project, I'm going to be using this round wooden plaque that I get from the Target dollar spot for only $3, and I really like it because it's double-sided. You can use it on both sides, and I'm going to be using the white part. And I'm also going to be using this love sign that I get from Dollar Tree, and I really like it. Oh my god, this year Dollar Tree have so many signs and things that you can use to create really high-end DIYs, and I love these signs. So I'm going to be sticking these on my round circle plaque with hot glue. If you don't found this round circle plaque from the Target dollar spot, you can also use any other sign from Dollar Tree. It doesn't matter the shape, and you can paint it like this using like a distressed look. Now I decided to put some greenery on the top of the sign to make like a wreath or like a sign from a front door. So I'm going to be using this greenery from Walmart, and I really like it. It's super cute. So I'm going to be sticking that greenery on this piece of paper just to be able to maybe reuse later this sign for another project. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be using these pink pieces. I don't know the name of these things, but they are from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be sticking a few on my sign. They come in different colors, and I decided to use the pink ones just to have that Valentine's touch on my home. As a final touch, I'm going to be sticking this bow that I made using a ribbon from Walmart that I have a long time ago, and also this small one in black and white colors just to give it a nice modern farmhouse touch. Guys, this is how my project ended up looking, and I love it. I think it's perfect now for Valentine's to hang it on my front door, but also for this spring season that is coming. coming, and I'm really excited because I have so many DIYs and ideas on mind that I want to share with you guys. So yeah, I hope that you like and enjoy this video as much as I do creating all of these DIYs. Like always, if you like this video, please give me that big thumbs up. It really helps to support this channel. Let me know in the comments which of these 10 ideas is one of your favorites, and make sure that you are subscribed, that you hit the bell, and that you share this video with friends and family. Guys, thank you so much for all the love and support, and remember to follow me on all my social media pages, my web page, and my other channel, Jazomy Home. All of the links are going to be in the description box of this video and every single video. Thank you so much again, and see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye guys.